There are people who are actually happy that the northwestern Nigeria is burning. People are killing each other. Some are happy, they don't want the carnage to stop. I don't think anybody is victimizing me. Social media is full of junk and rubbish. They are just rubbish talks. What we are trying to do, we are seeing the effect, and state governments are appreciative of it. Even the bandits themselves are appreciative that we are coming to listen to their grievances. Here, people I interact with are all happy and praying that it succeeds. So I don't really care myself with what the internet junk is containing, fake comments by irrelevant people. There are people who are actually by default happy that especially the northwestern Nigeria is burning. People are killing each other. Some are happy, they don't want the carnage to stop. There are those that are benefiting from this large criminality of kidnapping people, whereby people are extorted a lot of amount of money. There are those who are benefiting, and these people, you'll be surprised, are cut across all kind of the society. Security men involved, the traders involved, people involved in it, and they'll be happy that I'm trying to broker a peace.
Let's go there.
It started as cattle rustling, which affected mostly the herders, which affected mostly the nomadic Fulanis. They were the first victims. So a group of cattle rustlers entered the bush, started rustling cattle, and it became a booming industry to rustle cattle. Then later they started going as bandits. A criminality, a simple stealing leads to banditry. Banditry now leads to an ethnic militancy. Because why? When it became popular that most of the cattle rustlers are Fulanis, people started profiling them. Wherever a Fulani man is seen, whether by the security or by the civilians in the towns, they are profiled, they are lynched, they are arrested, they are extorted, all kind of things. We have so many stories like that. So what we are dealing with now is an ethnic clash, ethnic disturbances. It's not just banditry, so it should be treated as such. Dialogue is the best way, because in the long run we have to sit down and dialogue, since these people, young men, they are armed to the teeth and they are still kidnapping people, racing to get more money, more funds to buy more weapons. They are not building houses there, they are not buying cars, they are buying weapons. And from what we heard, if there is too much pressure from the sky, they are going to buy anti-aircraft missiles. And we know the black market of arms dealing is there. It's flooded with arms. So we want to stop the cycle. We want them to put down their arms. We want to rehabilitate them, because they are usually half illiterate, or if there's anything like that, or they are unskilled. So they need skills so that they can divert their energy to something useful to society. I don't know this AREWA people. It's not the AREWA Consultative Forum. It's not. They are just people that give themselves a name. They don't speak for AREWA. They don't speak for AREWA. We know who speaks for AREWA, and they are irrelevant. So about the alleged ransom paid by federal government or any other government, I'm not aware of it. I don't know anything about that. You see, we are facing a very peculiar situation whereby the nomadic herdsmen, who are usually known to be peaceful, are taking off arms as militants because of agitations they have, and they have committed a lot of crimes. So now if you said you have to catch every one of them, being knowing Fulani how they are, if you touch one, you are touching all. So if you can't fight all of them, then the best thing is to give a blanket amnesty, then get them on the table, then rehabilitate them, teach them jobs that they can substitute the riding cattle, so that we can get peace on land. Yes, you see, this subject of which is the best, which is the only way, it depends, it's subjective. I can only consider somebody an expert if he has ventured to go and meet them and hear from them. Then I can say, yes, he can speak for them and for the nation. But you cannot stay in your office or in an air-conditioned room to be an armchair critic of people who are sacrificing their lives to go and see how they can bring this to an end. I don't think anybody important has called for my arrest, and nobody important will call for my arrest. Rather, before we venture into this, we get in touch with the essential security apparatus and we get police cover. And we never go to see any group of militants except with a government official to facilitate and to hear for themselves what these grievances are. So we're here for peace, we are not here for any mischief. No, there is no any division. Nigerian Army is one and is highly moral. But we cannot shy away from the fact that there is field columnists in Nigerian Army, people who use the uniform to commit crimes. We have lost so many head of state as a result of this, and there's a genocide that's happening or that happened in the bush as a result of misuse of power by a section of members of a section of the Nigerians in the army. The bloodshed now is more than combined together the bloodshed during Jonathan's regime.